How's it going, everyone? My name is Retro Doomer, and this is actually my first ever proper tutorial, so I apologize in advance if it sucks. But what I wanted to talk about today is a pretty niche topic, but it's something that I struggled with quite a bit when I was getting into compositing in Fusion a while ago. Specifically, what I wanted to know was how I could incorporate ACES 3D renders into sRGB footage. So to give you an example of what I mean, this is a video that I did quite a while back. I actually shot this with my phone and I wanted to incorporate 3D objects into this environment, and I wanted to use, all the ACES goodness, but I had no idea how to like merge these two things, sRGB and ACES, in a seamless way across all of Davinci Resolve. Because there's a way per se, there is a way to like solve this issue specifically in the Fusion tab, but then it doesn't work anywhere else. So I was interested how I could achieve this, in a seamless or as seamless as I possibly can manner. On this topic, like I have not found one tutorial that like explains all the steps. It was just like a few things from here, a few things from there, and I bashed it all. I bashed all the knowledge that I gained into this one hopefully short video that you can follow along and not have as many headaches as I had with this issue. So, I guess that's quite enough talking. Let's just get straight into business. I am here in DaVinci Resolve in the Edit tab. I've made a bunch of folders, don't worry about that. I just like to keep myself organized. So basically what we need to do first is we need to right click here in the media pool, right click and make a new fusion composition, right? We're gonna call it something like ACES test. For the purposes of this video, it doesn't matter. And also what we need to do is we need to grab the footage, right? So we right click and we go to import media wherever our footage is. In my case, it's right here. Select everything in this folder, right? Select and click open, and I've already done that, but basically what happens is it detected, that it was a PNG sequence and it's working fine. So I'm just gonna delete this for now. I don't need it. What I need to do though is go into where I make this fusion comp and just, drag it onto the timeline. Just extend it a bit. Doesn't really matter how much at this point. And if you just double click on it here, it's going to go straight into Fusion, right? What we need to do now is we actually need to load in both the footage and the ACES render. So how do we do that? It's pretty easy. We just press Control Space Bar. It opens up this menu here. We're just gonna look for something called a loader. Found it and just click Add, and you have to navigate to where your render is. In my case, it's right here. I'm just going to press one item, not all of them, just one, and click open. And now if I left click and drag onto this space here, I am actually able to preview what this image sequence looks like. Let me just check how many frames there are here. So 204, right? So I can go back into the edit page and crop it. All right, so I have imported the ACES render into Fusion. As you can see, it doesn't look exactly as expected. So we need to left click on this node and we press Control Spacebar again. And we're looking for ACES transform. We add that. We're just gonna preview this. By the way, if you don't see this, make sure you clicked on the inspector button there. So now you need to go to input transform and you need to type in really fast ACES, and you'll find this ACES CG, right? This is the input transform, and the output transform, this needs to be sRGB. Hooray, now it looks as it should. So now what we need to do is control space and add another loader. We are going to load in our footage. So now in order to combine these two, we can left click and drag this here, and it will create a merge node. And if we preview the merge node now, hooray, we can see that they are combined and it looks fine, right? However, in my particular case, because of how I set up my EXR file, the shadows are not immediately visible. So I will take care of that and make the shadows visible again. Okay, I'm back. So I have the shadows now. So as you can see, the colors look nice. They're behaving as expected. But now a new problem arises, specifically if we go to any other tab, you'll see that it is pitch black, like the preview is pitch black. Why is that? Well, that's because we are missing a node. So if we go back to the Fusion page and select the last node and press Control Spacebar again, we're going to look for media out and we're going to add it. And on a visual level, it doesn't do anything. But what it does is actually send out information to the other tabs of Davinci Resolve to let them know that you actually want to use this. The thing that you worked in Fusion, you want to use it everywhere. If we go back to the edit page now, you can see, and also in the color page, it is displaying properly, right? That's all cool, but you know, there's a different problem that you will encounter. If you go to the color tab, for instance, and you want to do some color corrections, you can, but at the same time, you're losing all of the ACES information because you've done this ACES transform here. So that basically nullifies, as far as I understand it, it nullifies all the ACES information and it just converts it to sRGB, which is not desirable. So what you can do is basically select everything except for the ACES render and the media out. So select it like that and press Control P. That will deactivate these nodes. And now if you double click on this, it will actually break that connection and you can connect the ACES render to the media out, right? And it looks like this. But if we go back to the edit page, we can do something interesting, which is we can move this onto the second video track. And on the first one, we can actually add our imported footage. Make sure it's the same length as the Fusion composition. And now if we go into the color page, notice that whatever we do, like all the color corrections, are only applied to the ACES render, right? Okay, cool, but why does it look like this? We just need to add a ACES transform node, the same exact one that we added in Fusion, we also need to add in the color page. So you just need to go to Effects right here and drag and drop this ACES transform. Make sure it's connected properly like this, right? And now in the input transform, same deal. We just go with ACES CG and output transform sRGB, right? So yeah, now we can just color grade here and it's behaving as it should. So the point of doing this is because you can do a lot of things in Fusion, right, with compositing. If you set up your EXR render the way I did and you have all this information like the diffuse direct, diffuse indirect, glossiness, all that. It is going to come in real handy if you can just have a good preview of what you're doing here, and then using this workflow, you can add like finishing touches in the color department right here, right? So yeah, this is a little bit confusing, especially if you don't have resources on how to approach this thing. But hopefully, after watching this video, you have a better understanding of the type of workflow that you need. Because, as I said, information about this topic online is like very scarce. Yeah, hopefully you learned something new today. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video, if you found it useful. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I will try my best to answer everything. If you have any suggestions for future videos, please let me know also in the comments. But yeah, until the next video, guys, hope you have a great day and I'll see you next time. Bye.